So I think that it's a worthwhile thing to adopt some of Leslie's pointers and what he said about us owing it to ourselves to work on ourselves. You owe it to yourself to work on yourself. Sometimes you have to give yourself a pep talk and put aside the panic. It's especially if you've been out of the circles for a while, like myself, for instance. Even going out requires way more effort. I used to be something of a social butterfly, and it's amazing to imagine how easily that just died down. Because you've been indoors, you focus on everything indoors, you begin to find like it's way too much effort to even get out. You're not interested, you no longer want to. You have to force yourself. You have to talk yourself out of that panic attack that comes when you begin to think of taking on a new project. A new project is always difficult for anyone, but if you've been out of the circles and you feel as if you don't have much to offer, whatever you think you don't have to offer, offer it. But for you to be able to do that, you need to get out there. And getting out there could just be opening a page on social media. Putting your life out there, I discovered, is an extremely hard thing to do. It is very, very difficult. It's not easy talking to a camera like this. I've been doing YouTube for a while, so it's a little easier. But if you're just starting, it's not going to be easy. You can do a blog. Do a blog. You can write and put in your thoughts. So I did some research because most of the stuff I saw on Glowing Up was for young folks. And I figured I wanted to come up with material that will help us glow up in our age range. And I found some very interesting things about how to take care of your gray. Your graying hair is a thing. Yeah. I thought it was really interesting. Take care of your skin, how to do your makeup mildly. It's not overdone. So all of that is going to be in my ebook. I really hope it can come out before Christmas. There's not really much left. I'm almost done. And I really hope that it's going to be helpful to you guys because it's something I know I need now at this time in my life. And I think I'm certain that I'm not on my own. Yeah, so I believe that it's going to be helpful for a lot of us. And it's not going to cost much or anything, really. It's just a determination. It's investing in yourself mostly. I just finished making the dough for the chapatis, and then I thought, let me come and conclude. I don't know if the mic is going to help. I'm trying to use the mic now because I noticed the audio is getting lost. It's getting cut off in some places. I don't know. I know I speak rather low. So it takes courage to start again, especially after you've been failing and failing and failing a lot. It takes courage. After you've been rejected, if not for courage, if you don't build up the courage and the resilience, then it's going to be a problem. You're going to give up on your dreams. And I've discovered, because of how hard life is, if there's no purpose driving you, and purpose is where the courage comes from, you have to know what you're working towards so that you can be able to stick there. If you don't develop the courage to do what you need to, then you'll give up on your dream over time, which is, I think, possibly the most discouraging thing that you can do to yourself. I'm running out of space so fast, but yeah, if you don't follow your dream, then you basically, okay, I'm just going to hold the mic and try and conclude this because now I'm using the WhatsApp camera, which is really a bit weak compared. Let me stand towards the sun. So if you give up before a accomplishing your purpose, in essence, you're cheating yourself in life. You're actually cheating yourself out of what you were created to do. And if you want to not struggle, finding your purpose has to be the best way to win. It's a struggle I personally am still on, because I feel like I am meant to do so many different things that it just causes a lot of confusion. And I think for me, that's one of the things that has held me back in my major success, breaking even in life as a whole. Yeah. So one of the things that Les was saying is not to fear hard work. Be ready to work really hard, harder than you've ever thought, harder than you've ever thought you would have to work. And then don't fear people. Not be afraid of what people will say. Don't be afraid of what guys will think of you. I don't know if this is a bad move or a good move. I'm just trying to move around and see which part will work. Then I'll go back to the chair. So look at where you want to go and believe that you can do it. The mindset is key. Remember, believing in, your former beliefs. I know there's that kind of something to that effect in the Bible, where it's like what you believe is what you manifest. Is it recording the light now? I'm against the light, so I can't really see. So focusing on yourself daily is like an agenda. It's like something you have to do consciously, because it will probably not come easy. You might not find yourself doing it willingly until it becomes a habit. Until you're able to make a habit out of it, it's going to be pretty hard. So that's something you have to determine to do. Every day, find some way that you can do something, work on yourself in some way. Like for me, what I'm doing, I'm trying to learn more of tech, because I'm not tech savvy. Let me just put it like that, put it mildly. Tech is something I'm using a lot with all these things I'm doing online, but it's a struggle. If it wasn't for Eric, it would be really hard for me. So that's one of the ways that I intend going forward to um, to work on myself as a daily. It's almost a must for me, because I'm working with those. I'm back in my quiet space. I hope I forgot to put on the flash. I hope you can see. So look at where you want to go and believe that you can do what it takes to get there. Believe that you have what it takes to get what it is you want out of life. Just believe that. Believe that you can. Once you believe it's possible, that mindset makes all the difference. That mindset actually is what makes all the difference. Really, it's amazing. Um, and then we need to remember to separate what we do from who we are. If you take on a project today and it fails, let's say you try to do something today and it doesn't work, you did not fail as you, as the person. What you were trying to do failed. That project did not work, but that does not make you, me, a failure as a person because of that. I thought that was really powerful, and I've never really thought of it like that. So I'm not a failure because what I tried to do did not work. The business I tried to start didn't work. It did not work today, but when I try it tomorrow or next week, it will work. Who's to say it won't work? You see? So that is a very powerful thing to hold on to. I think it's extremely encouraging and very it's a powerful thing. And then there's another thing that we should avoid: living in the pity party. That is another thing that we need to avoid doing. I don't know if this part is I'm going to be able to put it up, because the noisy ones are back and they put on a lot of noise, but I'm going to try and see if it's going to avoid to be picked up. I think that's perfect. But don't dwell on what you lost. Not dwelling on what you've lost is key. By all means, mourn. You've lost something. If it was a project and it didn't work out, you've invested stuff, you've invested your life, your time. Of course, it's going to hurt. The problem is living there, making the morning your final stop. And once you mourn, pick yourself up. Move on to the next step. Because moving on, figuring out your next move is key. Figuring out your next move now is key. And your attitude plays a very big part in this part, in this next section. Your attitude is very, very key. Because if you just feel like a failure and allow everything to stop in your life, that's how you park and you don't move on. So I think you guys have seen why I had come out before the teens came back. I was actually looking forward to a whole day of, a lot of peace, but well, it is what it is. So I'm going to add a little background music here, and if I feel like it doesn't drown it out enough, then I'll just mute the audio and you guys will have to use the subtitles. But I'm just concluding now. As I was mentioning about not dwelling this place. Once you've mourned a bit, what I would like to appeal to you guys is let us focus. Let's focus as we try to glow up. Let's focus on finding our purpose. And if you guys have a way, or if you have found yours and you know that you're actually doing what you were created to do, please share in the comments. Share in the comments. Let's encourage each other. Let's help each other discover, find things we can do. We all know that what you love doing is like the first one, but there's so much more to it. And if you can figure out why you're here, believe me, even the disappointments, the courage comes automatically because it pushes you, your purpose pushes you, it gives you the will to go on. I'm out of space, so I'm going to say bye, and you guys look out for the book. Look out for all the juicy details in the book. I'll catch you later.